Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today, the plan was to sit down and discuss our first competitive fixture of the season against Crawley Town in the Carabao Cup. A big story, though, is developing right now in the transfer window as Nestory Irankunda nears a move to Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Reports emerged late last night, just before I hopped into bed, from both Australia and Portugal, suggesting the deal was extremely close. And today we got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. The fee worth up to about 18 million euros. Watford have renegotiated their clause with Bayern, meaning we receive up to 60% of the revenue from this deal. So a nice tidy profit, I feel, for a player that was inconsistent last season. Don't get me wrong, he has a huge amount of potential, and I would have absolutely loved to keep him this season. However, I don't think you can hold someone like Irankunda back from the prospect of playing for a Portuguese giant, Champions League football, and the chance to put himself even more so on the world stage following his performances at the World Cup. So I think for both player and club, in hindsight, it is probably the right move. And we've seen players who have been in the EFL before go to Sporting and find success there as well. Victor Gyökeres is a prime example of someone who was at Coventry, did quite well, but didn't set the world alight necessarily. And now, of course, he is at Arsenal as their main striker and is worth a lot of money. So I think Irankunda trying to replicate potentially that same career path. And who knows, maybe we'll see him back in England in the near future. Now, there has been a lot of discussion online around whether Watford could have rightly asked for more from Sporting. However, I think you have to take our current situation and circumstances into account. Looking back at previous big sales, Ismail Kone, Yasser Asprilla, João Pedro, at the time those players joined the club and subsequently left, Watford had parachute payments. So our bargaining power was a lot higher. We didn't necessarily have to sell these players to keep the lights running. Fast forward though to 2026, there's no parachute money. We haven't been in the Premier League for a substantial period of time, and we are fully reliant on income through transfers to reinvest in the squad and, most importantly, pay the wages and keep the club running. So there is only so much leverage Watford have in deals like this. And to be honest, whilst initially a few weeks ago when it was first reported, I wanted £20 million plus for Irankunda. Now when I look at, all of those factors, I don't think we could have got much more, really. And Watford did a clever deal initially with Bayern to bring Nestory to the club in the first place. So it's the reality of where we are. Every club in the world, bar the top 5 or 6, are selling clubs. And we're going to continue doing this, at least while Gino Pozzo is in post. Now, the main question is, does this mean any more sales will occur? Will we, because of this, be able to keep hold of everyone else? I certainly hope so. Imran Louza, even in the past couple of days, has been linked with a move to Paris FC over in France of Mane Mama because of his performances last season. Will naturally have suitors too. So I do feel concerned that we may end up losing lots of our top talents towards the end of the window. But the optimist in me also goes, actually, we've sold Georgie Shakfatatse to Udinese, Irankunda's gone to Sporting. If those are the two major sales and no one else departs, as a fan, I think I can accept that. if others start to leave and we still don't see money reinvested, that's when, major red flags start to appear. That's when fans should really start asking the tough questions towards the hierarchy and those at the top of the club. If you're on Instagram, make sure to head over there and give me a follow. I've got a group chat on the Watford Way with over 1,000 members, and I asked a few of you to let me know your thoughts on the Nestory Irankunda situation, and we're going to go through a few of them now. We'll start with a comment from Harry Clark, who said, "Robbed, ceiling is so high, we best have a significant sell-on fee. We need to keep our best players for more than a year and build for 2 at minimum. Otherwise, what is the point of just existing?" I think Harry is pretty spot on in his assessment there. We've seen players go too early before. I felt Yasser Asprilla would have definitely warranted another year at the club, and maybe he could have earned an even better move than what he got to Girona. Ismail Kone, a similar scenario with him. He was excellent in midfield. We probably cashed in on him a little bit too early. And I think the point Harry's trying to make is that if these players did stay for that extra season, collectively, what could we achieve? Could that have been the extra edge to push us into the playoffs, into those automatic promotion places? Now, we're never going to know that. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. But I do believe Harry is right in suggesting that Watford should try a little bit harder to retain those key talents and build the team around them moving forward. A contrasting view now from Ethan, who says, "I honestly believe Watford were put in a tough situation with this one and didn't make the worst decision. On one hand, you have a blossoming talent who has insane potential. On the other, you have 4 to 5 wingers at the club already who are also super talented. I'd say it was the best decision given the circumstances." And again, I think Ethan is probably along the right line. Sure, we would all love to keep Irankunda. We know the talent and quality he has when he is on his game. However, in terms of depth and how good we are in certain positions, those wide areas are the best. We still have Rocco Vata, Kwadwo Bar, Othmane Mama, Ika Bravo has come to the club. Chikavani and Nabazada getting many more minutes in pre-season as well. So whilst, of course, it's a negative Irankunda has gone, I would have loved to have kept him. I don't think we're necessarily struggling for quality or numbers in those wide positions either. So, those are my immediate thoughts around Irankunda's move to Sporting Lisbon. Let me know your opinions in the replies down below. I'd love to read them all, and it sounds like it's going to be pretty imminent now. Multiple reports suggesting he may even fly there tonight, with a medical due tomorrow on Friday. So very, very soon, Irankunda won't be wearing the yellow of Watford. He'll be in sunny Portugal, playing Champions League football. A massive congratulations to him, and I wish him all the best for his career. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find us across all platforms. We're here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.